She did something, she didn't know no harm, she just straight suburban girl, but she did something that got her caught up, and I beat her butt. And she's a black belt, and I cut up her belt right in front of everybody. And we were like disconnected, because I told her, I do not want you to be a girl where you deal with a guy like I used to be who called you a B. Now listen to what I'm saying as a father. I do not want you to be the man that I used to do when I used to take advantage and have a girl calling me here, and a girl here, and a girl there because of the lifestyle I was living. Never be dependent upon a man. Not even me. Okay, so when I didn't know how to express that. That's why I'm saying this is like a daily reprieve, man. Contingent upon its daily maintenance of your spiritual development, physical development, and mental development. So when I realized that this is my daughter, I can't be disconnected with her. I said, you know what? Would you write my life story for me? Which I had been getting to work on in jail. She said, sure, Dad. So it was God telling me the way to reconnect with my daughter was to ask her to do an assignment that allowed her to go into the world that I came from. And when she came back, she said, Dad, now I understand why you do that to me. I never knew that you've been through so much. See, so I guess what I'm saying here, when you love people, you will do whatever it takes based on God's laws, not the old way of being slick, cool, and hip. But you don't know, you know not what you do. But you know that there can never be any disharmony in love. They say success and everything that we want in life should be easy. Well, let's say, not say easy, but natural. It should be natural. Only if we follow principles that allow us to naturally flow. It's like martial arts, it's like fighting. I might be working with you, I'm flowing, I'm rocking. You might break the rhythm, get a good shot in, but I gotta roll back with that and still stay in the fight if I wanna win. You can't disconnect from the fight and go say, yo, I'll forget it, they gonna pay. I mean, come on, I know some of us, I used to be that way. Every time the world did me, I thought the world did me wrong. I go like, yeah, that's all right, I got him. I don't show up at work. I go with my boys on the street like, yo, you know what, they don't understand me, you know what I'm saying? F them, dog. And I'm sitting there drinking, destroying myself. And I'm saying, F them. Who really the fool? I'm the fool. What I should have did was stay engaged. Found the harmony, found the connection. Because I believe God allows stumbling blocks to come in our way to see if we're ready to handle what's next.
Amen.
Amen. Amen to that. Amen.
And when them stumbling blocks come, you can't, I ain't even gonna say go around it. God allows you to go through it. See, because when you go through it, a guy told me wisdom means time, failure, and experience. I took the time to fail and I got the experience, so I should never make that mistake again. If I do, it's insanity. I don't want to be insane anymore. You know what I'm saying? I know if anybody ever been in, I mean, how could you, come on, man, I done seen the highest level of the negative lifestyle, the highest in the city of Baltimore. When I come here, that's why when I work with people, I say, man, you can't show me no more money than what I ever say, so don't even talk about the money. So I don't do this for money. I do this because I love the wealth that God's really given me. This wealth right here. You couldn't pay for this wealth. You couldn't pay for that wealth right there. You couldn't pay for that wealth there or that wealth there. Who could buy this? You can get all the money in the world and you still ain't got this. I mean, come on, man, look at us, man. It brings tears to my eyes. Who would ever think that God would bring me home for something like this to happen? When the guy said only one of you gonna make it, and I wanted to be me because I was sick and tired of living the life that I was living. I was sick and tired. I was living in homeless shelters. And come on, man, I had to report there at 7 o'clock in order to get my bed. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be in that place. So I had to go to this church and sit there after eating whatever food they had. I had to sit there. I lived right across the street. How could God do that to me? The neighborhood that I sold drugs in, I was raised in, I was living in the same shelter as a kid. I walked by. What was he trying to tell me? What was he trying to tell me? I would be in bed some nights, man, I see a guy's body come flying out the window, boom. You open up the newspaper, there was no report that this guy died in a homeless shelter. but I had to keep it moving. I wanted out, man, but I didn't want it bad enough. As soon as I would come out, I would go get a little money and go back around the hood with the people I thought they loved me, get high again. And one day I did the arithmetic. I was spending so much money on hustling, homeless, that I had enough to buy an apartment. Fool, what are you doing? But yet I was placing blame on everybody else. Placing blame on everybody else. But I had enough to get out of that situation. So, but I didn't. And even through that, man, I kept on getting in trouble. Going through jail, getting out of jail, going through jail, getting out of jail. How can a guy go to jail in 1 year, probably 6 times, and get out every 30 days and go back to jail? How the hell do you do that? Come on, man. Sometimes I sit back and I think about this, I'm like, is that really happening? Did I really do that? And I think that last time around, man, when that judge said, you know, Mr. Johnson, how do you plead? I said, I plead guilty, Your Honor. You know why? Because the truth needs no support. I was guilty. So whatever I need to suffer to deal with this situation, I'm ready. So when he said, I'm going to give you, for those 3 charges, I'm going to give you a year for each one. I'm like, damn, 3 years? He said, well, we're going to run concurrent. I didn't know what the hell concurrent be. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's 3 years. It was 12 months, the greatest 12 months of my life, man. And I learned to love me. And I say that again, that principle that this month, you know, when I talk about love, I truly mean love, man. I mean, I love you. I think about everything that I did since I came home from jail 27 years ago. How can I get that love back to my community? The same community that I destroyed, I go back and I help. We do toy drives. We do a lot of things, man. And I think the most important thing to me about the principle, if you really surrender to that principle with everything that you got, I guarantee you things are going to change. Because it ain't my guarantee, it's God's guarantee. Amen. You know what I'm saying? Man, I guarantee you things are going to change. And I have to reflect back sometimes and say, damn, how did I come from so low? So low. Bro, I was eating out the trash cans. I was eating out the trash cans. I had great jobs, man. I remember one time I had a job teaching the police. When I went in, they seen all of my credibility. They said, hey, let's give him a job. We supposed to pay you $1,700 a year. We're going to give you $20,000. All I had to do was come in at 8 o'clock in the morning, teach till lunchtime, and go home. We're policemen. The same people that I was selling drugs around, they right, what the hell is God doing? God has an incredible sense of humor, man. You know what I'm saying? But I still ain't get it. You know what's so wild? You can be so high. People used to always tell me, they said, man, treat them fiends with respect, because one day you could be one. Woo! Am I talking right? We're all on the same page, right?
That's right.
But guess what? I think in corporate America, treat them employees right, because you could be one of them one day and I could be on top. It don't change. That's what we got to understand. That principle don't change. What you put out, you going to eventually get back.
Amen.
And guess what? I got it back, because now I was in line asking the guy, yo, could you hook me up? Because I was so lost, not controlling my emotions. When I did put that thing in my mouth and hit that thing, I was off to the races, man. I had no control. How could I have a job that well? Anybody know it? You get your paycheck and you put half here to play with, right? Come on, anybody feeling me?
Yeah.
Oh, you feeling me?
Right.
But then you put another half right here to pay the bills, right?
That's right.
Oh man, but hold up. But then we put something down here for the kids later on, right?
100.
In less than 24 hours, all those stashes gone.
When this party, that's
And now you out there trying to stick somebody up or steal something, right?
That's right.
Who want to be that way?
That's right.
So when somebody tell me you can kill me, you can't kill me, because I was already a dead man walking.
Amen.
I was already dead. I was a zombie walking around doing nothing, no controlling nothing on my body. So you want to talk bull to me? Shut up and get out my way. Because I'm fighting a hard fight. That hard fight is not to be that to be anymore. Don't play with me because I can't play with me. I said it again. Don't play with me because I can't play with me.
Come on now. Yeah.
If I go, everything go. Sometimes people see you and they don't understand what you had to go through to become who you are today. And they begin to joke with you. Yeah, you gotta do a push-up. You gotta put on you gotta put on an NWA called F the Police or whatever. Because you gotta kill them in spirit. So you don't kill them in physical being. Because the consequences is too devastating. So the warrior understands, I'm gonna move in peace. I ain't gonna give you that power to bring me down and make me do. See, because I know everybody in this room, every man in this room, if you go over the edge, it ain't no coming back. Because let's be real, that's why we need God. Bad feels too good. Let's be real. Hitting somebody and just going off and putting a gun, it feels too good. That's why you need God, because it shouldn't feel that good.
That's right. That's right. Amen.
Because there's no responsibility, and it's like no feeling. It's just, you're just going on impulse. That's what animals do. That's not what God, human beings, do. God said he created us above the animal. The animal can't choose to stop being a dog. He can't choose to stop being a cat. We've been dogs. I know I've been. I can still be a pit bull. But now I don't want to anymore. And that's why we got to work. I'm saying all this for me. That's why I got to work them principles. I think even people in my surroundings, immediate surroundings right now, as responsible as life may be, sometimes they don't understand what I got to do and why I got to do what I have to do so I won't go back to be who I used to be. If people seen the man that I used to be, come on, man. I can tell you stories being in D.C., laying in a house to find shelter after being so high up because ain't no store open, ain't nowhere else to go. Burnt down house. So you pull the carpet off the floor because it's so cold and you wrap yourself up in the carpet thinking you hurt. Come on now. What was that? Was that the police? What's going on? You paranoid. And then guess what? The moment it's time to get up, I would throw that thing right off of me and spit on my hands and wash my face and turn the saliva around my mouth and then go back out and start the races all over again. Now tell me what type of man do that? So when people start talking to me, what can you do? Any man, I did that to me. What can you do to me? I don't want to be that way no more. I don't think any of us want to be that way no more, man. And it's not even so much the physical, it's the lost state of mind. The lack of control and responsibility. Even if you are, I learned one, and as a guy, a prison guard, kept pulling back on me. He said, bro, come on, you keep on saying you don't know. You already had faith. So you got that package. So stop playing. That guy gave you that package, you thought it contained something that's going to change your state. That was faith. Now put that faith in something else. He said, come on, you done survive all those things that happen on the street. You already know how to run a business because you have to calculate money. So how do we flip all that around? Come on, let's go deep. And he asked me something. He said, you know, when you start talking about what you want to do with your son, go get your son. And when I got my son, I said, oh, Brother D, I got him in school. He said, so what? What, you want a pat on the back? That's what a man's supposed to do. You get no rewards for what you're supposed to do.
Amen. That's right.
Okay? You get no rewards for what you're supposed to do. I'm saying that for me. Now, the truth of the matter is, when you start doing other things, I think as men, we really don't fight for rewards. We fight just for stability from within. To know that we can look at ourselves in the mirror every morning and say, I'm all right, I'm good. I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? Police can pull up behind me now. I still might get a little nervous, but I ain't really worried. Still in your mind, you're like, oh, boy.